Welcome, dear students. Today we are going to see Introduction to Biopharmaceutics and Pharmacokinetics. So, as you all know, drugs are the substances which are obtained either chemically after synthesizing chemically or from natural source or animal source. Okay. So, what is the use of these drug substances? They are used in diagnosis, cure, mitigation, treatment, or prevention of the disease. Okay. So, drugs they can be obtained from plants, animals, or mineral sources, or they might be synthesized chemically. Okay. But the drug is never administered to a patient in its pure chemical form. Okay. First, the drug is blended with number of excipients. Okay, so that it is converted into a suitable dosage form. Okay. Now, what is excipient? It is an inert substance. Okay, which helps for the dosage form to release the drug to its in its appropriate amount and to its site of action, and also it helps to form a convenient dosage form, okay, which can be administered by a suitable route. So drugs are given in variety of dosage forms or drug products like solids. The most common ones in solids are tablets and capsules, then semi-solids, ointments, creams, liquids, suspensions, emulsions, etc. For systemic or local therapeutic activity. Okay, means either it can be used for systemic action or for local action. Okay, so drug products that can be considered to be drug delivery substances, they release and deliver the drug to the site of action such that a desired therapeutic effect will be produced inside the patient. Okay, so drug products are designed also specifically to meet the patient's needs, which include palatability. That is, the drug it has to be palatable, means it should be the patient should be able to take it in. Okay, it should be of free of odor or awful taste. Then convenience of the patient and safety of the patient is also very important. So it was believed that the therapeutic response to a drug is attribute of its only intrinsic activity. But now it was observed that the dose response relationship obtained after drug administration by different route is not the same. Means what? After giving a drug by IV route, okay, immediately what is going to happen? The patient is going to get the therapeutic effect. But if you give the drug by oral route, right? So what is going to happen? It will take some time, okay, to get the effect in the patient. Okay, so the dose response relationship obtained in case of IV and oral form of this oral route of the same dosage form is not same, but it differs. Okay, so variations are also observed when some same drug is administered in different dosage form, like I told you, or similar dosage form prepared by different manufacturer. And this in turn it depends on the physicochemical property of the drug, excipients which are used by each manufacturer in that dosage form, what method of formulation was adopted, and what is the manner of drug administration. Okay, so these are the factors which are going to affect the dose response relationship. Okay, now what is biopharmaceutics? Okay, this is a new subject. It is introduced at third year. Okay, so biopharmaceutics is going to account for all the factors that influence the therapeutic effectiveness of the drug. Means what? Once your drug is going inside the body, right? What are the factors which will influence its action on the patient's body? Those factors are studied in this subject, that is biopharmaceutics. Okay, so we can define biopharmaceutics as the study of the factors influencing the rate and amount of drug that reaches the systemic circulation, and the use of this information to optimize the therapeutic efficiency of the drug products. Okay, now once you know what are the factors which are going to affect the rate and amount of drug at which it will be released, If you know those factors, then you can modify your dosage form in such a way so that you can get an optimum therapeutic efficiency, means optimum result you will get. Okay. So biopharmaceutics examines the interrelationship of the physical, chemical properties of the drug, dosage form in which the drug is given, and the route of administration on the rate and extent of systemic drug absorption. Okay. So the process of movement of drug from its site of administration to systemic circulation is called as absorption. Okay. Now, what is absorption? Suppose you are going to give a drug orally to a patient. It is in the solid dosage form, basically tablet, right? Once the tablet it moves inside the patient's body, then what is going to happen? First, it will disintegrate when small particles will be formed. Then those granules, they will deaggregate, and then that product will dissolve, right? Now, once the product is dissolved in the GI fluid, from there the drug will be absorbed into the blood. Okay, so here the movement of drug from its site of administration, means from stomach to the systemic circulation, means into the blood, it is called as absorption. Okay, so the importance of the drug substance and the formulation on absorption and in vivo distribution of the drug to the site of action is described as sequence of events that precede elicitation of a drug's therapeutic effect. Means before you get an effect of the drug, before that, what are the steps which are going to occur? The first is absorption. Once the drug is absorbed into the blood, it will be carried along with the blood to different parts of your body. Right now, with the help of that blood circulating inside the body, the drug will reach to its site of action. You don't know where is the site of action, right? So that blood will help the drug to move to the site of action. Okay, and then only once the drug it reaches to the site of action, then you will get the therapeutic effect. Okay, so the concentration of drug in plasma and hence the onset of action and the intensity and duration of response, it depend on the bioavailability of the drug. Now, what is bioavailability? Bioavailability is defined as the rate and extent or the amount of drug which is absorbed. Okay. Now we have another concept which is called as drug disposition. It includes two concepts. Okay. The first is, means it is a summation of two concepts, distribution and elimination. It is included in drug disposition. Okay. So the movement of drug between one compartment and another, means from blood to the tissue, it is referred to as drug distribution. So mostly your site of action is located in the extravascular tissue. Okay. So the onset, intensity and duration of action, it depends on what is the rate of drug distribution or how is the drug distributed inside the body. So the magnitude, means intensity of action and duration of action, it depends on the effective concentration and the time for which the concentration is maintained at the site of action, which in turn depends on elimination process. Okay, now once something goes inside your body, it has to come out, right? So elimination process, it includes two steps. One is metabolism and second is excretion. Okay, now elimination is a process which helps for the removal of the drug from the body and terminate its action. Okay, so unless and until your drug starts to eliminate, it is available in the body to exert its action, right? So how much amount of drug is available in the body, for how much period it is available, it is going to show you that intensity and duration of action. Once your drug starts to get eliminated, the duration of action will go on decreasing, the intensity will go on decreasing. Okay, so all this, it depends on the elimination process. So as I told you, elimination, it occurs by two processes. One is biotransformation, which is also called as metabolism, and second is excretion. Okay, now what is biotransformation? It is the process of inactivation of the drug. Mostly the drug which is given, okay, it can be either polar or non-polar. In most of the cases it is non-polar. Okay, so what happens over there, our body system, it converts that non-polar product into polar metabolite. Okay, so this convergent process of non-polar molecule into polar molecule, it's termed as biotransformation. Now, what is the use of this method? What is the use of this metabolism? Once your drug is converted into more polar state, it can be excreted easily from your body. Okay, so that is the importance of metabolism. It converts the active ingredient into inactive metabolite. Okay, so next step is excretion. Excretion is responsible for the exit of drug or the metabolite from the body. Okay. Now, once you've taken the drug is released and it is dissolved. Then it will get absorbed. Once it is absorbed, it comes into your systemic circulation, that is into your blood compartment. Okay. Now, once your drug is in the blood, it gets distributed throughout the body because blood is continuously flowing, right? Now, the drug will reach the tissues. So this step is distribution. Okay. Once your drug is in the tissue, it will move to its site of action and it will give you a pharmacological or clinical effect, right? At the same time, when the drug is present in the blood, in the systemic circulation, it is going to go to your organs which are responsible for metabolism and excretion. Basically, these organs are your liver and kidneys, right? So from there, from these organs, excretion and metabolism will proceed, and hence we can say that elimination also starts immediately. Okay. So the knowledge of absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion is important along with the knowledge of the rate, means what is the speed of these reactions. Okay. And then if you know have this knowledge, you know the pharmacokinetics. Okay, so pharmacokinetics is defined as the study of time course of drug ADME and the relationship with the therapeutic and toxic effect of the drug. Thus, pharmacokinetics is the kinetics of ADME, or it is also called as KADME. So the use of pharmacokinetic principles in optimizing the drug dosage to suit individual patient needs and achieving maximum therapeutic utility is called as clinical pharmacokinetics. So the drug administration and therapy, it is conveniently divided into four phases. The first is pharmaceutic process, or we can call it as the formulations process, okay, or formulation step. Okay, so it is concerned with the formulation of an effective dosage form of the drug for administration by a suitable route. Means what you do over here, you are going to take the chemical drug substance and inert substances, that is your excipients, you are going to mix them and you are going to prepare a dosage form. Next is pharmacokinetic process. It is concerned with the ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion of the drug as elicited by the plasma drug concentration time profile and its relationship with dose, dosage form, and frequency and route of administration. So it is sum of all the processes inflicted by body on the drug. So in pharmacokinetics, what we say, it includes the study of the effect of body on the drug, means what the body is going to do on the do with the drug. Okay. Next is pharmacodynamic process. It is concerned with the biochemical and physiological effect of the drug and its mechanism of action. Means once the drug is inside your body, what the drug is going to do with your body. Okay, means uh, uh, biochemically how it will react with the receptors, then what effect will be elicited, what is its mechanism of action. Okay, so it is characterized by concentration of drug at the site of action and its relation to the magnitude of effects observed. So pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics basically deals with the drug, what the drug does to the body, in contrast to pharmacokinetics, which is the study of what the body does to the drug. Okay, and the fourth step is the therapeutic process. It is concerned with the translation of pharmacological effect into clinical benefit. Okay, so now once you blend the drug with the excipient, this is the pharmaceutic process or the formulation step. You're going to prepare a suitable dosage form, right? From here, the drug will be released. So this suitable dosage form, if you give it by oral administration, once it is inside the body, the drug will be released and dissolved, and the drug will reach into systemic circulation after absorption, right? Drug is also decomposed or metabolized, or it is bound to proteins, or then it is excreted, right? Then comes its distribution of the drug along with elimination. Okay, so drug is present now in your extravascular tissue or the site of action, and also some drug is being metabolized and eliminated or excreted, right? So this process is the pharmacokinetic process. It is absorption, metabolism, distribution, and excretion. And the rate, okay, means here you can see what the body is doing with the drug. Okay, next, once the drug is at the site of action, it is going to act with some receptors, and it will elicit a pharmacological response. So this is pharmacodynamic process. What is going to happen here? What is the effect of the drug on the body? What the drug is doing to the body, right? And after that, we will see if the effect obtained is therapeutic one or if it is toxic one, right? So that is your last step, therapeutic step. Okay, so to obtain optimal effect with the drug, it should be designed in such a way that it will deliver the active pharmaceutical ingredient at optimal rate and amount depending on the patient's needs. Okay, so knowledge of all the factors which affect the bioavailability of the drug, it will help to design optimum formulation. So better knowledge of pharmacokinetics will help to achieve therapeutic objective. This will help to design a proper dosage form or manner in which the drug should be taken. Okay, so if you can formulate optimum dosage form, then you can eliminate the efforts to be undertaken for experimentation. So the knowledge of biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics have an integral role in the design and development of new drugs and their dosage forms, and also improvement of therapeutic efficiency of the existing drugs. Okay, so this was a brief introduction to what is exactly biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics, or what we can say what we are going to study in this subject. Okay, so thank you for watching.